Hi, everyone. It's Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to my YouTube premiere for Thursday, September 1st, 2022. My goodness, we're in September, and I'm so glad you're here with me. So if you'd like to sign into your Google account so you can chat while we're watching the video, that would be great. And I just want to let you all know that I really appreciate you being here. So I'm doing a premiere instead of a live this evening since we're going to have Mia taking care of Mia. Her mom and dad are both of them are working late tonight. So wanted to get this recorded and up so that you could see it this evening on Thursday. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to be doing a standing up fun fold tonight that I've made before, but I haven't done it in a while. And I thought it was just perfect for this A Fish and a Wish stamp set. So now we're going to switch screens and just get my camera pointing downward. So that is my current host code if you want to take a screenshot of it. So thank you so much if you shop with me and use that code. Okay, let me see here. All right, let me get that straight. Okay, here's the A Fish and a Wish bundle. Now, I have to say, there is a darling punch that goes with this, but I forgot it in Missouri when we left. And so, but luckily, I have this project ready to go, and I've already stamped and punched the fish that I'm going to use for my project. But it has the darling punch, and I want to show you that an easy tip for mounting it. Okay, so here is what the punch looks like, okay? So it's a wide punch that you slip in, and when you punch it, it punches just like that. And then you can see I have the word top there, that's so I'll know how to place my stamps. And so then I line these up like a puzzle, the little fish, over this punched out image, and then I just lay my clear block on top, and there I have it mounted. So when I go to stamp, and it will be in this arrangement, and I can slip my punch in and punch those out. Okay? All right, so let me just show you. I have it backwards. So here's I've already done it one time. And then what I did for these fish, I used Calypso Coral on Pale Papaya because I love that combination. It's really pretty and I like it for these fish. All right, let me stamp. Okay, and so then when I press in and put my punch in, it's going to punch it out and they're going to be placed exactly right. So when you make your little template like that, keep it inside your stamp set so that when you go to work with that set, you have it all ready to go. Okay? All right, so let's get started with the fun fold. I'm going to hide this so it's not in the way. And let me get my camera a little straight there. Okay, so first of all, let's do the main base of the card. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock cut 5.5 by 10.5, and we're going to score it on these scores: 2, 4, 4.25, 6.25, 8.25, 8.5. All right, and I'm using soft succulent. And so I'm just going to put this right here, and I'm going to get my Simply Scored scoring tool, and then I'll put it on top of that so I can see what my score markings are. All right, let's do that. Move over a little bit so you can see. All right, so let's go 2 inches, 4 inches, 4 1/4, 6 1/4, 8 1/4, and 8.5. Okay, So when I score this, I'm always thinking, oh, is that right? But anyway, it is. And so I'm going to tell you a tip for using the Simply Scored. When you come in here, be sure you have your top edge of your paper butted up against the top. I mean, I pretty much force it up there so that my score lines are correct. Okay. All right. Let's put this out of the way. And then we're going to varnish on these score lines with our bone folder. So this card, as it stands, I think it's a triangle stand-up fun fold. I don't know the exact name of it, and I guess that's what I can call it. But it is a great way to send a card where all of the sides can be seen and displayed by the recipient. Okay, so, and I think kids especially love this kind of card because they can kind of play with it, you know, and I think that's fine. I think it's a good thing. Kids want to play with your cards you've sent. Okay, so now you see all of these, and then you've got these two wide panels in the back, and one is going to lap over the other one, okay? And then this is going to be the back of the card, all right? Wait, let me rephrase that here. I'm going to pull this over this side. You want one of these spines to be the front of the card, okay? So I am going to do like this, and I want that seam at the back, okay? So let me go ahead and glue it. And it really doesn't matter which side you flip on the other. I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right. It's been a hot minute since I designed this card. So let me lap that over. I'm lining it up against this score line. Okay. And then there's the fun fold. See how cute that is? All right. And so now I like to put it together before I put my decorative paper, my designer series paper on the front. But you need 3 pieces, okay? So let me show you what I have cut out here. So the measurement is 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. And you need 1 piece of basic white and then 3 pieces of your designer paper in this size, all right? So I chose the Texture Chic Designer Series paper from the annual catalog because I almost thought it kind of looked like water with some specks of gold in it. So I thought it would be really pretty for this card. And so this is our front, remember, because here's our seam in the back. So I'm going to take 2 pieces and just glue them over top here. Okay, let's see. Okay, come on, glue. There we go. Okay, I'm going to just center that top to bottom and side to side between those score lines. Okay, let's do another for the front. So has anyone made this fun fold before? I think the last time I made it was with the, gosh, what was that? It's with the hippos and the unicorns. I think it just retired, but I made the girls, my granddaughters love unicorns, so I made a card like this so it could stand up or they could play with it, you know. Okay, let's flip it over now. Remember, this is our back. It's like it throws me off. It's like, where's that seam? There it is. Okay, so you can put however you'd like, put one on each side, but I'm going to stamp a bit on this one first, so I'm going to hold off. I'm just going to get this one on so I don't have pieces all over the desk and then I'm wondering where it is. Okay. So now let's stamp on this. I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper, and then I have this little wave stamp from the stamp set and soft succulent ink. And I'm going to stamp it 3 times and kind of vary my placement, okay? So this is to simulate water. So I'm going to come right here. And then let's see. Sometimes I turn it over and come across the top there. And I think I want a little bit more down here. So I'm just going to come just like that. Okay. I think I'm going to do this. Okay. So there's our water. And then I have one of the little fish, and I happen to glue the fin on. Now, when you punch from that punch piece, it punches out 2 little fins as well. I don't somehow only manage to get through by with one here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I want to go it this way. And that may be upside down, but I don't think so. I don't think it matters. So again, this is Pale Papaya stamped with Calypso Coral ink. So I'm just going to put that right there. And I'm going to leave all the rest of this blank so I can write my message here. Okay? And then let's go ahead and glue that on. I'm thinking about the spacing there for the message. I had Mia sign a birthday card for her dad the other day, and it was a narrow piece because it was kind of a fun fold. And it's like, you know how little ones write really big? It's like they put one letter and it's like, oh, where's the room? So we kind of had to redo a couple of times. But we got it. Okay, so there's the back of our card. Okay, right there. All right, let's work on the front. First of all, I've already die cut 2 of these pieces here. I use this beautiful gold paper. That's from the Texture Chic, I believe, collection. I believe it's in the annual catalog. Okay, it's beautiful. And when I first got this, or I saw it, I thought it was going to be like tissue paper thin, but it's not. It's got a very good weight to it. Okay, so it die cuts very well. Okay, so let's see. What I did is I cut 2 of the same size squares just to give this a little more body. And I used the stylish shapes dies that I use all the time, okay? And I cut both of them the same size. So I'm going to glue both of these together just to give it a little weight. And also, I'll show you how it kind of just finishes off the back of the gold. You don't have the white showing, you have the soft succulent. So let's put this on here. Okay, so now I can go ahead and start building up on this before we put it on the fun fold card. So I'm going to use some soft succulent ribbon that is somewhere here right in front of my nose. And what I'm going to do is kind of a swirl. And this is to be like the water, okay? And so I'm going to go like this, this, and then come back this way. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here, and then I'll measure it to tell you about how much I used. And I always cut it a little bit longer than I think I needed, just for good keeping. And so this is about 12 inches long, okay? So now I think I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm going to put a little bit right in the center here and see if that will work for this ribbon. I think it will. So you can have it extend beyond, and I'm going to use the diamond shape rather than the square shape for our card. All right, so let's do this. And then I think I'm going to put a little bit more here to catch the bottom. And let's go this way. Right. Oh, come on, Lisa. Like that. Okay, so now I can trim this off, but I know that I have plenty of ribbon. Okay, so now we're going to put our fish on it. Okay, and so I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. I think I have a few left on this one. So let's go ahead and put 2 of these large size dimensionals on the back. And let's see. And then we're going to get this over the front. See, I want this a little bit higher, so I'm coming up with it. And that's the thing with the ribbon and the seal, even the Seal Plus, you can kind of rearrange if you need to. Okay, let's put that right there in the center. Now, I want to work on my sentiment for this card, and I'm going to use Here For You. Okay, so let me get a scrap of basic white. And then I have the Here For You stamp mounted, and I'm going to stamp it in Soft Succulent. What did I do with that? Here it is. Okay, let's open that up and stamp. And then I'm going to fussy cut this out because you see I don't have a lot of space, okay, to put the sentiment. So the little trick is just cut it apart, and it gives it a fun look, and it fits and works for your card. And I don't worry about it having to be super straight. I just cut it apart. And I'm going to use liquid glue. This. Don't want to confuse that for the sentiment. All right. Let's put a little liquid glue here. And I'm just going to kind of stagger it. Maybe, ooh, that's almost too much. Okay. Let's go like this here. Four. And the liquid glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room, right? Gives you some time in case you have to shake it around a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm going to move that here over a little bit to center it up a little better. So there's that. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And then we're going to get the little bit of embellishment, which is right here. I used these iridescent sequins, adhesive back sequins, that are in the adhesive back seasonal sequins, which are in the mini catalog, okay? And I'm going to use 3 of them. Let me get a little, where's my take your pick? Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to put one here. And then use 2 of the smaller ones. Kind of like fish blowing bubbles. Okay. Now, let's put it on our fun fold, right? Okay, so we need the adhesive on that spine right there, okay? Because we want this to stand out when we stand it up, all right? So let's, I'm gonna eyeball it there. So I know the point and the point will be on that center. So I'm going to put some liquid glue, hopefully it not go crazy, just down the center there. And then I'm going to center that top to bottom. I just put that on like that. So, okay, there is our card. I think I have it all together. Isn't that cute? Isn't that gold so pretty in combination with that texture sheet paper and the ribbon? And then we have, let me stand it up. There we have it. Well, you can't see it when I do that. There you go. That's what it would look like standing. And then you would be able to see the back as well. Okay. All right. Let me switcheroo here again. Thank you so much for joining me and tuning in this evening. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you will give this fun fold a try. It's super fun and a great way to display a card. And you can use just a sentiment, you can use a stamped image, but it really lends itself to having a basic shape attached to the front. Oh, it's kind of hard to see here. Let me get it in front. A basic shape to the front, and then have a die cut or punched piece that you build up on top of that basic shape. Okay. And the main point is to just get adhesive on that spine so that your element will really stand out. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to be live again next week, but we'll see. If not, I'll try to have a premiere up for you. And if you're on Facebook, be sure to you join me at Ink and Inspirations with Lisa Brown, and visit my blog at inkandinspirations.com, and be sure you sign up for my mailing list. So I'll see you all again soon. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.